Alright, thank you for joining me on this next video here. I'm going to be doing continuance of chapter 10, Book of Job. And this is, I would plead with God. My soul loathes my life. I would give free course to my complaint. I would speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you contend with me. Does it seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands, and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as man sees? Are your days like the days of a mortal man? Are your years like the days of a mighty man? That you should seek for my iniquity, and search out my skin, although you know that I am not wicked, and there is no one who can deliver from your hand. Your hands have made me and fashioned me in intricate unity. Yet you will destroy me. Remember, I pray, that you have made me like clay, and you will turn me into dust again. Did you not pour me out like milk, and curdle me like cheese, clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You have granted me life and favor, and your care had preserved my spirit. These things have hidden in your heart. I know that this was you. If I sin, you will mark me, and will not acquit me of my iniquity. If I am wicked, woe to me. Even if I am righteous, I cannot lift up my head. If I am full of disgrace, see my misery. If my head is exalted, you hunt me like a fierce lion, and again you show yourself awesome against me. You renew your witness against me, and increase your indignation toward me. Strangers and war are ever with me. Why then have you brought me out of the womb? Oh, that I had perished, and no eye had seen me. I would have been as though I had not been. I would have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are my days few? Are not my days few? Cease. Leave me alone, that I may take a little comfort before I go to the place from which I shall not return, to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of dark as dark itself, as the shadow of death without any order, where even the light is like darkness. Chapter 11. Zophar urges Job to repent. Then Zophar the Naamath answered and said, should not the multitude of words be answered, and should a man full of talk be vindicated? Should your empty talk make men hold their peace? And when you mock, should not no one rebuke you? For you have said, my doctrine is pure, I am clean in your eyes. But oh, that word you God but oh, that God would speak, and open his lips against you, that he would show you the secrets of wisdom, for they would double your prudence. Know therefore that God exacts from you less than your iniquity deserves. Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limit of the Almighty? They are higher than heaven. What can you do? Deeper than Sheol? What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. If he passeth by, imprisoned and gathers to judgment, then he who can hinder him? For he who knows deceitful men, he sees wickedness also, he will not then consider it. For an empty-headed man will be wise when a wild donkey's coat is born a man. If you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands toward him, if iniquity were your hand, and you put it far away, and would not let wickedness dwell in your tents, then surely you could lift up your face without spot. Yes, you could be steadfast and not fear, because you would forget your misery, and remember if the waters that had passed away, and your life would be brighter than noonday. Though you were dark, you would be like morning. You would be secure because there is hope. Yes, you would be dig around you and take your rest in safety. And you would also lie down and know no one would make you afraid. Yes, many would court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked will fall, and they shall not escape, and their hope loss of life. Chapter 12. Job answers his critics. Then Job answered and said, No doubt you are all the people, and wisdom will die with you, and I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Indeed, who does not know such things as these? I am one mocked by his friends, who called on God, and he answered him, just as blameless and who is ridiculed. A lamp is despised in the thought of one who is at ease. It is made ready for those whose feet slip. The tents of robbers prosper, and those who provoke God are secure in what God provides by his hand. But now ask the beasts, and they will teach you, and the birds of the air, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, and the fish of the sea will explain to you. Who among all of these do not know that the hand of the Lord has done this, and whose hand is the life of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Does not the ear test words, and the mouth taste this food? Wisdom is with aged men, and with length of days understanding. With him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. If he breaks a thing down, it cannot be rebuilt. If he imprisons a man, there can be no release. If he withhold the waters, they dry up. If he sends them out, they overwhelm the earth. With him are strength and prudence. They deceive, and his deceiver are his. He leads counselors away plundered, and makes fools of the judges. He loosens the bonds of kings, and binds their wrists with a belt. He leads princes away plundered, and overthrows the mighty. He deprives the trusted ones of speech, and takes away the discernment of the elders. He pours contempt on the princes, and disarms the mighty. He uncovers deep things out of darkness, and brings the shadow of death to light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and guides them. He takes away the understanding of the sheep of the people of the earth, and makes them wander in a pathless wilderness. They grope in the darkness without light, and he makes them stagger like a drunken man. Chapter 13. Behold, my eye has seen all of this. My ear has heard it, understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But you, forgers of lies, you are all worthless physicians. Oh, that you would be silent, and it would be your wisdom. You hear my reasoning, and heed the pleadings of my lips. You will speak the wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him. Will you show partially for him? Will you contend for God? Will it be will within when he searches you out? Or can you mock him as one mocks a man? He will surely rebuke you if he secretly shows partially. Will not his excellence make you afraid, and the dread of him fall upon you? Your platitudes are proverbs of ashes, your defenses are defenses of clay. Hold your peace with me, and let me speak. Then let me come on me, and what may. Why do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in my hands? Though he may slay me, yet will I trust him. Even so I will defend my own ways before him. He shall be my salvation, for a hypocrite could not come before him. Listen carefully to my speech, and to my declaration with your ears. So now I have prepared my case, and I know that I shall be vindicated. Who is he will contend with me? If now I hold my tongue, I perish. Job's despondent prayer. Only 2 things would not do to me, then I will hide myself from you. Withdraw your hands far from me, and yet let not the dread of you make me afraid. Then call, and I will answer, or let me speak, then you respond to me. How many are my iniquities and sins? Make me know how my transgressions and my sin. Why do you hide your face and regard me as your enemy? Will you frighten a leaf and driven it to and fro? Will you pursue dry stubble? Will you write bitter things against me? Will you inherit the iniquities of my youth? Will you put feet in my stocks and watch closely all of my past? You set a limit for the sole of my feet. A man decays like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten. Chapter 14. A man who is born of woman is a few days and full of trouble. He comes forth like a flower and fades away. He like a shadow. Do not continue, and do you open your eyes on such a one, and bring me to judgment yourself. Who can bring a clean thing out of unclean? No one. Since his days are determined, the number of his months is with you. You have appointed his limits, so that he cannot pass. Look away from him, that he may rest, till like a hired man finishes his day. For there is hope for a tree, if it is cut down, that it will sprout again, and that its tender shoots will not cease. Though its root may grow old in the earth, and a stump may die in the ground, yet at the scent of water it will bud and bring forth branches like a plant. But man dies and is laid away. Indeed, he breathes it less, and where is he? As water disappears from the sea, and the river becomes parched and dries up, so man lies down and does not rise, till the heavens are no more, and they will not awake, nor be aroused from their sleep. Oh, that you would hide me in the grave, that you would conceal me until your wrath is past, that you would appoint me at set time and remember me. If man die, shall he live again? All the days of my hard service I will await, till my change comes. You shall call, and I will answer you. You shall desire the work of your hands. For now you number my steps, but you do not watch over my sin. My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and you cover my iniquity. But as a mountain falls and crumbles away, and as a rock moves from its place, and water wears away stones, and as torrents wash away the soil of the earth, so you destroy the hope of a man. You prevail forever against him, and as he passes on, you change his countenance and send him away. His sons come to honor, and he does not know it. They are brought low, and does not perceive it, but his flesh will forever will be in pain over it, and his soul will mourn over it. I'm going to go ahead and there. I will begin another video after this, beginning with chapter 15. Thank you very much. Join me for the next video.